superheroes. What could happen?
Showtime.
If you saw the Disney film The Incredibles, in the car chase sequence at the opening of the film, those streets, that grid, those are the real streets of Emeryville, California. You might never have heard of the non-cartoon version of the town, but you'd fly over it as you came east off San Francisco Bay on your way to Berkeley. It's home to Pixar and a lot more. It feels like if you open a door, 30 startup biotech companies are going to fall right out into the street. They're packed like sardines in a scene out of the Marx Brothers. Only in this case, they're working in the shadows of the sprawling University of California universe of big science. The Lawrence Berkeley National Lab, the Energy Biosciences Institute, the Joint Bioenergy Institute, the Joint Center on Advanced Photosynthesis. They're all here. They eat innovation for breakfast. Lately, a lot of them have been working on natural gas, which is being produced in abundance in places like the Marcellus Shale in Pennsylvania or the Bakken Formation in North Dakota. But there's so much now that the price is plummeting. What's needed is a pathway to higher value. I mean, why make a 50-cent heating fuel when you can make a $4 chemical? Especially if you think about all that flared greenhouse gas going right up into the atmosphere. To make it happen, you start with a microbe, and that's where iMicrobes comes in, or industrial microbes to use its full name. They train microbes to bring good things to life, as GE used to say of itself. iMicrobes, it's about good ideas and energy and youth and, well, a lot of good things. It was founded by 3 scientists who met at LS9 in South San Francisco a few years ago. That's 2 of the co-founders, Beth Clark and Derek Greenfield, in an LS9 video right there. So, these are the BioIncredibles, saving the world and building some entrepreneurial value. As a group and as a movement, maybe it's the best thing to come out of Emeryville since Buzz Lightyear. So we had a chance to catch up with iMicrobes' Chief Science Officer, Noah Helman, to tell us what they do and where they're going. Let's find out. This for how long?
We opened our lab May 1st, so about 7 months.
You do.
Right now, we're focused on upgrading methane to high-value chemicals using biotech, and our core technology is the ability to take the pathways from these weird rare organisms that can eat methane for a living and install those pathways using, fancy synthetic biology and metabolic engineering techniques into the organisms that are the workhorses of our industry. The wild methane-eating organism? Yeah, those organisms are not very well characterized, they're not very well understood, they're a little bit more challenging to grow. That we'll be able to combine our technology with all the different products that people have already been making with E. coli, other bacteria, yeast, algae, and those organisms are well understood, they're robust, they've been proven at scale, and a lot of those strains are just sitting in the freezer because they were engineered to eat sugar, and sugar's gotten so expensive. Methane per carbon is 70 or 75% cheaper than sugar. And so we'll be able to take some of those strains out of the freezer and hopefully put them to good use by making products that are more economical than the way you can get them today.
So methane is in the news because there's a lot of cheap natural gas, and tell me about whether you can utilize what's out there, those amazing resources that we hear about in Pennsylvania and the Bakken, so on and so forth. Are those useful ultimately for a company that's either going to build or license your technology? Stuff can you make?
In principle, we should be able to make a wide variety of products that you can see already other people are making from sugar. Well, there are things from flavors and fragrances on the sort of valuable side. There's amino acids, which are used in animal feed and nutritional applications, down to oils and maybe even transportation fuels in the distant future, intermediates for making plastics and fibers like nylons. All those products are things that people have already made with biotechnology, usually from sugar as the feedstock. And we think we should be able to also make the same products using methane as the feedstock and make the margins better so that the businesses run more smoothly. In some cases, landfill gas and gas from the anaerobic digestion of, say, animal wastes at a big farm, like a dairy farm, might actually even be cleaner because there's just methane and not ethane and propane and other things. They tend to also have some water content, which isn't a problem for us. They'll have some hydrogen sulfide, which we think we can work with. And other companies are also looking at that as an opportunity and showing the strategies that'll be economical for using those types. The gas that comes out of that anaerobic digestion is already being used by companies to do things other than just make power and heat, which is what it's traditionally been used for. Yeah, so we're looking at opportunities to use that kind of biogas. We're looking at obviously pipeline natural gas because that's available everywhere, and then the opportunities for stranded and flared gas we heard a lot about today, and we're very excited about that opportunity as well because that is not only just being burned for nothing in the middle of nowhere. But it's creating greenhouse gases, and we love the sort of pie in the sky idea that maybe someday you can just drive an 18-wheeler with a fermenter mounted on the back out to some desert somewhere where gas is coming out of the ground, plug it into the ground, do a fermentation, make a high-value product there, and drive it back to a factory to purify it, and not allow that gas to escape and pollute the atmosphere. Yeah, we got to prove our proof of concept in at least one organism. We got to develop agreements and partnerships with other companies looking to use what we're hoping to develop to lower their costs. And we're probably going to focus on developing a product pathway or two. If we can get funding for all those things and hire a couple people, we'll be well on the way. We'll be really excited. We are at www.imicrobes.com, and yeah, looking forward to hearing.